Welcome. Ciao, benvenuto al Filippino.
Yo, it's your boy back at it again with another YouTube video, and today we are going to put Battlefield 5 on blast. We're going to give it a verdict. Is it a go or a no? Is this game worth a buy in 2019 of January? This game has its ups and downs, you know. The marketing strategy was god awful, but is it worth the buy? Is it still a no? That's what we're going to discuss today. So I'm going to start off by discussing the gunplay, because that's one of the biggest things I like about this game, okay? I'll be 100 honest with you. I didn't really enjoy Battlefield 1's gunplay, you know. I felt the recoil patterns was just weird. But this is like a hybrid between Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 in terms of gunplay, okay? The gunplay is really good, okay? Now, for the rest of the game, we're gonna have to destroy it. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, one of the first things I want to touch on, other than the gunplay, is the simple fact that the war stories, single player, are atrociously bad. They're horribly written, and there's only 2 war stories that are even the least bit interesting. That would be The Last Tiger and the Somalian one where you're playing as the black guy, right? Those 2 war stories, and out of the 2, The Last Tiger was the only one that was even the least bit of interesting, because it was like the first time in history that you probably played as like a German protagonist during the downfall of Germany, right? And just the way the game is handled, right? So if you played the first Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront, and you played Battlefront 2, and then you played Battlefield 1, you will notice that the physics of all 4 of these games are the same. The menu layout, the way your character stands there doing a certain posture or a certain stance while you're customizing him, is the same. It's like they reskinned Star Wars Battlefront and pasted it on Battlefield 1 and 5. Okay? And that moves me on to my next point. Yes, we're going to discuss the SJW crisis and whether or not females being in the game or being in World War II on the front lines really impacts. If you really pay attention to it in great detail and you're a World War II fanatic, then you're not really going to enjoy this game, okay? I'll be dead honest with you. It's hard to ignore, and even I myself find myself in situations where I'll be running along playing as a German, and I'll look over and I'll see like a black female soldier leading a charge or driving the Tiger tank or manning the gun even, you know. And this game is supposed to be set in World War II, mind you. Now, I could look past this, you know, I could ignore this. When I play the game, I'm usually in the moment. I'm not really looking at what ethnicity your character is or just anything about you other than the fact that you're on the other team. I have a rifle and I'm going to try to put one through your skull, you know. But if you're the type of person that nitpicks and, you know, you look at every perspective of it, then I don't think you're really going to enjoy Battlefield 5. Now, there was a point where Battlefield 5 was on the market for $30. It was half off, right? I pre-ordered it, okay? And I'm kind of aggravated with that, because if I knew that they were going to drop the price like that, you know, I could have waited, you know, but we're going to never mind that. Damage is done, whatever. I'll be honest, I do find myself having fun with this game at times. You know, I don't find it hard. The time to kill is dead on. It doesn't feel sluggish or anything. In fact, I enjoy that you could kind of slide around on your belly like this and stuff like that. What I don't like is, one, the ammo is still a little bit too low, and this game incorporates mechanics that forces team play. But if you're the type of person like me, where most of the time when you're playing Battlefield, you're playing by yourself, you're not necessarily going to have access to some of the stuff that you should have access to. One of these things I would like to touch on is the way vehicles work in Battlefield. Okay? In previous Battlefields, you load up, you can spawn directly into a tank, or you had to run to one. Nonetheless, the tank was always available. In this Battlefield, it's more of a score system. Like they kind of took Call of Duty's score streak, where you and your squad have to build up a certain amount of points, and then you could buy a tank. Here's your proof right here. Like, if you wanted to get into a vehicle, you would have to earn the points just like this. You know, if you want a tank, you want a Amtrak, or, you know, anything with a huge gun on it, you would have to earn the points. And let's say if you're like me, or you constantly keep getting put into squads by yourself, or you're just constantly patiently waiting for somebody to promote you squad leader, you're never going to get a vehicle, period. And Battlefield wasn't always like that, you know. That's one of the big nods I have about Battlefield 5. Does it I guess the reason they put in a mechanic like that was that vehicles were becoming tedious, or tanks were becoming annoying. But Battlefield is known to have, you know, great vehicle warfare. You know, now it's like usually you only see Amtraks with machine guns on them. You rarely see a tank, and if you do see a tank, not chances are it's on the other team, and you're not behind the wheel. You know. Now, disregarding the controversy behind Battlefield 5, like I said, the gameplay wise, if you're able to ignore everything and just play the game as it is, you could find that you can make some fun out of it. You know, it's not 100% trash. Okay, this game has potential. It has the potential to be one of the best Battlefields ever. Just right now, it's not worth $60, and it's an argument to be made whether or not it's worth $30. Only reason why I play it is because, one, I'm tired of Battlefield 4, and two, I just keep checking to see if this game is really, you know, is it the game that I'm hoping that I bought, you know. Like, here we go right here. Like, if you want a tank like this, you know, tanks that would usually be so common in Battlefield, you had to score enough points to be able to buy it. You know, like score streaks. And this mechanic right here is one of the, I don't know whose idea this was, but I understand, like, they're trying to promote team play. But most of the mechanics they add doesn't really feel needed. It feels tedious, you know. When I die, I would rather be shown what I was killed with, what loadout, what grenade, etc., etc. Now it's like, you know, bleed out, you know, hold LT. And this is the only way you really get picked up is if your squad is playing with you and you're in a party with them. Other than that, your squad is usually going to be like across the map doing their own stuff, or they'll run right past you sometimes. You know, praise to the people that actually stop and pick a fellow teammate up. But the point is that this game seems to add a lot of innovations that wasn't really asked for. Nobody really asked for it. I understand that they're trying to implement new things, but that's one of the things I really don't like. Now, the best way I could explain this Battlefield or label this Battlefield is that this Battlefield is the Battlefield that was made without the hardcore fan base in mind. This Battlefield was made to cater to people that aren't used to, you know, having to learn how things work, or, you know, team play. This Battlefield doesn't feel like it was made for the fan base. This Battlefield feels like it was meant for, like, the entry level person that's just now getting into Battlefield, to where they even it out. Like, they tried to close the skill gap and just close it. Like, there was even a point where they changed the time to kill altogether, you know, simply because people couldn't keep up, or people felt like they were dying, you know. Like, right there, I got killed like almost instantly, and I'm, you know, on his perspective, I'm pretty sure that's well fulfilling. Like, you don't want to be shooting at somebody for more than 2 seconds, you know, to be able to count on your hand how many hit markers you have and still not get the kill, you know. So, all in all, what would I rate this Battlefield? I would honestly rate this Battlefield a solid, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Honestly, 5 out of 10. The gunplay is good. it has potential to be way better, but the mechanics that's implemented in this game, the way it works, given all the social justice and just the fact that you're missing game modes like Rush, game modes that, have been in previous Battlefields upon launch. So you're buying an incomplete game at that. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about this game. I still find ways to enjoy this game. It's not a total bust, but if you're not like myself and you're not really a die-hard Battlefield fan, like you don't really look forward to Battlefield every year, like you don't really mark on your calendar what time, what day, what month, and what year the next Battlefield comes out, then I don't think this game is going to be worth the purchase for you. It's barely worth the purchase for the hardcore Battlefield fan. You can stick around. I'm sure things will get better, probably at the end of 2019 when Battle Royale is, flourishing and Rush is hopefully added back in the game and all the things that are missing, and it finally is a complete game. Maybe I'll change my mind, but as of right now, is it worth the 60 bones? No. It's barely worth 30. If you find it on 30, the argument can be made. If you're a Battlefield fan, you see it for $30, sure, pick it up. But if everywhere you go, there's only that $60 price tag, then definitely stay your hand. But yeah, let me know what you guys think below, But until then, I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.
Hey, if no one's told you this today, I'ma tell you. You worth it, Stacks. Yeah. You worth it, perfect, see through the surface. A king or a queen, be supreme is your purpose, I'm certain. A Don will be farmed if you work, and the pain is a burden. I'm preaching the service. Let me bring you back, they gon' tell you.